to Little Mitch Stitches. I'm Stephanie, and I have a finished object to share with you today. You might have just heard it. I had this Red Heart Super Saver in my stash. Background noises brought to you by little baby Benji. And I had bought it at Michael's. It was in the clearance section because it had a tiny little stain, looked like someone spilled a little speck of coffee on it. And I bought it for charity projects because I don't want to spend too much money on charity projects when finances are limited. And it's just sat in my stash. I've used it for tying some yarn skeins. I haven't really crocheted with it or knit with it at all. And it's this light pastel blue, which is not a color that I really would use very much for anything. So I had this project in my favorites from last year and just didn't get around to making it. And it was for these little crocheted bunnies that look like Peeps. You know, those marshmallow coated in powdered sugar, tiny little sugar crystals and crazy colors. Actual Peeps aren't this color, but the pattern that I followed, they were all pastel. So I made the boys some little Peeps. Benji's excited for his. He just doesn't know it yet. So the pattern recommends using little beads for eyes and the nose. I didn't do that. I did French knots, which I'm not very good at, but it's good enough for a 3-year-old and not even 1-year-old. Actually, I didn't do them on Benji's because he's a baby and doesn't care, and he'll probably just destroy them by chewing on it. So I had to do this. I had these little rattle things I had bought to make toys for the kids and just never did. So they've been laying around, and then this was a perfect opportunity to. So they each have a rattle. Yes, right, Benji? They use barely any yarn. I have this giant skein of yarn. I've just slowly been using little bits of it to do random things. Not even what I bought it for. But I got these 2 cute little bunnies, and I just had some stuffing laying around. There's no stuffing in the ears as per the pattern. Just the head and the little rattle thing is a little disc. So that's most of the body. I can't really squish that, but I can squish their little heads. But I did put stuffing in there too, just to make it soft. So I made these. They took less than 30 minutes each. The pattern is called Easter Marshmallow Bunnies. I have seen patterns for Peeps that look like actual little curved Peeps. I haven't tried those yet. The designer's Donnie Spiegel or Spiegel. I'm not sure how to say the name, but I'll link everything. So these were my little Red Heart ones, and I loved them so much that then I was thinking, I need to go back to the store. I need to go back and buy more Red Heart, which is not something I would ever think to say. But for toys, like I have little kids, these don't need to be made out of anything special or fancy. But I really wanted more Peeps. I thought they were so cute that I just wanted to make a ton of them. So I wound up going back to Michael's, and because I'm a perfectionist, I had to get colors that actually match Peeps. So this is not what the blue Peeps look like, but this is what I had on hand. And I had to talk myself out of buying a different blue because I wanted them to match. So I bought this Craft Smart yarn, which I've never used before. It looks like a house brand at Michael's in all these fun colors. Actually, let me grab the other one. This is Benji's. The neons, the yellow and pink, have less yardage. They have less yardage than the other colors by like about 100 yards. But they're actually a little softer feeling. And I'm not an acrylic person. I don't really like it. I don't like knitting with it. It hurts my hands. But crocheting with it I can deal with. And I don't usually keep things that I knit or crochet with acrylic. But, you know, kids' toys, I'm probably going to be racking up a lot of acrylic coming up. But they all have bells in them. And then I did one of each color for Jack's too. His have the eyes. My French knots are starting to get a little better. But I think I wouldn't do beads because I don't have beads. I'm not buying beads for a project like this. This was the last one I made. It's a little crooked, but I mean, that's me. So But the knots themselves are much better. I wouldn't buy beads for a project like this. Babies or little ones are using them. My cats will probably attack them. So I just wouldn't want to risk them eating them. I did think that maybe fabric paint, black fabric paint, just like a dot of it, would have been a good way to go. But I don't know if I do have black fabric paint. I don't know where it is, but I've got it. But I had the black yarn close by, so I went with it. When they're crocheted flat, 2 pieces, and then you just whip stitch them together. And as I was whip stitching them, so the ears are not stuffed, but they're pretty thick when you have the 2 layers of crochet. Maybe the neon one is not the best to hold up. They're still pretty thick, so I think I kind of thought that maybe making more of them, making them little ornaments, a little garland. Oh, I want to make a little garland with them, but not stuff them. They're still nice and thick and they're sturdy. When they were flat, they curled up. So making the 2 layers and then sewing them together and not stuff them, I think would be adorable. These were such a fun little knit, and I actually did not knit a crochet. They were fun to crochet, and I had started to make extra ones just because I was thinking I'll give them to my cousins, or one of them I made and I stuffed it with some catnip, and my cats have gone crazy over it. And I had to hide it in my bag because I didn't want the kids to see these. I mean, not that Benji would care, but I didn't want Jax to see these before Easter, because I'm going to put them in his Easter basket. And the cat pulled one out, and I saw Jax running off with it. He must have picked it up off the floor, and he was running off into his room with it. I was like, nope, bring that back. That's not yours. Poor kid. But yeah, so my cats did enjoy them a little bit. I keep noticing that they keep taking it out of the bag, and it's on the floor right outside the bag. Those little sneaks. So my little basket of bunnies. I can't wait to put these in their Easter baskets. They're just so cute. And Benji won't care. He'll just chew on it. But Jax has been loving like little animals and little creatures and tiny toys lately. They're his babies, and he puts them in a little brown paper bag that a craft project came in from the library and walks around with them. Took them on a walk around the neighborhood yesterday in his little brown paper bag, and he walked a whole 1.2 miles carrying that thing. Kids and their toys. So if you need a quick project, 30 minutes or less, I mean, you might not have bells in it, but they're really cute, still just stuffed. These are great for little Easter gifts for little kids. Or if you're not into Easter and you just want to make little white bunnies for spring, because, oh, hi. Yeah. They're great to just, I think, as a little decoration or a little garland. I want to make a little garland and put little carrots in between them, maybe. I love them. Anyway, thanks for watching. Go make some little Peeps bunnies for yourself just to love over. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi. What are you doing? Hi. Hi.